Gonna get into that discussion soon, but thank you for joining us, Stro. Welcome, Mike, for the second time in, a couple, like 2 months. I can't hear Mike now.
Is Mike muted?
He's muted.
Oh yeah, we gotta get his audio fixed. But yeah, I think that a crazy day yesterday, to say the least. That was the most wild day in a while.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You're good.
What's up, Stro?
Oh, a little bruised up. Had a big old Twitter fight yesterday. It
was like,
got some bumps and bruises, but we're here. We're all right.
Well, that being said, guys, this podcast is brought to you by XP Sports. We're fueled by XP Sports. So take a look at their product. It's fantastic. We're going to go to a quick video so you guys can get privy to what's going on. What's up, everyone? The Codcast is fueled by XP Sports. XP Sports has created gaming supplements focused on giving you what you want. Their products deliver more than just energy and come in unique formats, including pre-game powder, ready-to-drink cans, and even gummies, guys. I love them. The ready-to-drink can delivers 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 0 lag. The XP Sports Boost Energy Drink is delicious and can help you get through any long gaming session. The formula in the Boost Energy Drink includes a scientifically studied ingredient that supports mental energy, performance, and improved reaction time. It also provides another ingredient that supports normal, healthy eye function. If you're more of a gummy person, try the gummies. They provide an ingredient that supports mental clarity and another to support normal, healthy eye function as well. We all know how important that can be. Make sure you have these bad boys in your gaming arsenal. I use them every day, guys. I mean, come on, talk about multiple birds with one stone. Take your game to the next level with XP Sports. You can purchase XP Sports on their website, xpsports.com, on amazon.com, or at your local Walmart. Use code CODCAST at checkout for a 30% discount. Yeah, that's right. I said 30%. That's xpsports.com. Take your game to the next. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys for loading on in. I appreciate you guys in the chat. And now that people are officially here, I'll say it again. Welcome, Stro. After a wild day, how are you feeling today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm the same guy I've always been. Same guy showing up today.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but it was an interesting day yesterday, to say the least.
It was, man. You don't really get into big beefs like that all the time. Like, you throw little jabs and stuff on social.
I talk some smack, man. But you know what? When did we get so soft? I've been talking smack for 15 years doing this. And when you 3-0 a team, man, it's okay. You're supposed to be able to talk a little smack, and I take it.
So I wanted to get a little bit backstory on it. So because if people don't know anything, that tweet that you let out doesn't seem too bad, So basically what I took from it is you were kind of saying they tweet out every time they win, but they don't tweet about when they lose. And do you feel like organizations should always tweet win or lose no matter what? Basically after a big match, shed some light on what went down?
No, I mean, there are plenty of matches I don't even tweet out.
Okay.
Maybe I'm spending time with my family that day. Maybe Matt was spending time with his family. I don't know, doing something else. It's all good. I was just talking a little smack. It's like anytime you have a 3-0 like that, you can talk a little smack. It's and I kind of clung on to that, but I feel like in a big time matchup right there where you're playing for a number 1 seed heading into a $500,000 major. You boost up your team. You say, hey, we're going to play. Tell your fans, go watch.
Yeah.
But for some reason they didn't.
Do you feel like you've been throwing jabs 100 Thieves way for a while?
I've been throwing some jabs their way, man. And look, at the end of the day, they're a great org, man. Nade's always full of class. He doesn't really respond too much. Hats off to the dude. I really do respect him as an organization, but. Look, man, the league has to be entertaining. If you're just nice every time you 3-0 a team in a big match, it's going to be boring.
Yeah.
The fans want the league to be exciting. And so every now and then I think it's okay to celebrate a victory by talking a little smack. Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong. I'm not going to take anybody's side, but I will say from my perspective, I'm just wondering why like they went so hard on you? Like, is there something that we don't know? Like, why did Jack? I've never seen Jack get that angry before ever. Like, legitimately,
Well,
like actually ever. I was perplexed. I was looking at my phone, like, what the hell just happened? I reread your tweet a couple times to see if you like said something to make him that pissed, and I'm just wondering, like, what
well,
was
look,
it?
it's frustrating, man, when you lose, when your team loses like that, you know. And not it wasn't like a big old stomping. I mean, we 3-0'd them, but like they're still a great team.
Mm.
But I think it's just because I've been poking at them for a while, and they've all had it bottled in and haven't responded. But look, man, I still respect those guys a lot. Like, it's just, you have to create some storylines for the league. I think people appreciate that, and I've always been like this. Been doing this 15 years, man. You guys know me.
Yeah,
Like, I'll
no.
talk some smack when we win,
Yeah.
and I'll get salty when we lose. But when we lose and we get 3-0'd, I don't personally attack people and their business, and you know, like their fan base. Every now and then, maybe I'll tweet something about the fan bases. So that's not right. I admit, like, that's not good. I kind of did it yesterday too, but that's not something I should be doing. So I'm at fault sometimes too, and it's okay. We all move on at the end of the day, and let's go to the next match. GG, go next. But yeah, I felt like it went a little overboard yesterday. Crossed the line just a little bit.
Mm.
It felt like it had nothing to do, at least from my perspective, it didn't feel like it had anything to do with the match.
Yeah,
Like,
on their side,
Right. I mean,
yeah.
on
right.
their
It was
side,
like it
right?
was a complete deflection away from the fact that they got 3-0'd, and that's what we were talking about. And I should have just said, "Man, you're really mad about that," and just left it at that. But I responded, and that's where it got ugly. And that's not what we should be doing, man.
I
Period.
mean,
So
I can't say that I've ever gotten it on that kind of scale. I just assume that your Twitter and social media was just pretty rough for like the last, I don't know, 24 hours.
anytime. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, there needs to be a little smack talk about the game. Anytime we get 3-0'd by an Optic or 100 Thieves or something like that, their fan base is so rabid, and they don't call them off, right? It's like attack dogs in my mentions. And man, I try to respond with as much grace as possible. And so, maybe that's what kind of spurs me to talk a little smack when we get a big 3-0. I like to kind of give them the feeling of that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's terrible. So, um, I'm not really that offended, to be honest. I just think that the message out there for us as a league needs to be, it's okay to not to have your feelings hurt so bad if there's a little smack talk that comes behind you getting your ass whipped.
Yeah, no,
And
that's for sure.
it goes for us too at the Empire. We are certainly going to get 3-0'd at some point again. Like, we're not immune to being 3-0'd, and I promise you I won't react like that.
Yeah, I feel like people should feel like able to come out and talk some crap after they win a big series, And yesterday, I think a lot of people think twice before they come out and just toast the team after they beat them 3-0 like that. But did you guys have any communication like via DMs afterwards or whatever? Because you kind of like fell back a little bit, like you're like, I'm not really doing this.
Yeah, because I was like, whoa, I was like,
Yeah.
I just kind of fell off. Like, all right, dude, like, yeah, all right. I kind of fell back just because it's the right thing to do. I mean, I clearly had them so upset that Courage is comparing esports earnings from 15 years ago or 10 years ago to his. I mean, there are literally like hundreds of tournaments I played in that aren't even accounted on that, and so man, like, I just didn't want to keep it going. And then Cap took it to another level later on, and we don't really need to talk about all that, but
Okay.
I feel like I treated Cap pretty fairly throughout his career, treated him really well, did a lot of things outside of just a contract for him that I never had to do but did, and I hope him and I can still get along in the future.
Yeah, that was like hours later to that, but we won't get into that unless you want
Right.
to. But I know people.
No, man, look,
wanna
Cap
ask.
did a lot of amazing things for our org. He won a world championship with me. And I understand he's frustrated after I, talk some smack after we beat them like that. But, I hope we can all let bygones be bygones and just move on. I still love seeing Cap, and, I hope he's not so upset with me over, what happens all the time in contract negotiations in esports, especially back then when, honestly, like, throughout the years, we never even signed contracts back in the day,
No, we did. We
Like,
literally didn't for like years.
those were
Years.
like the first couple of years of us actually signing real contracts with players, and so we were bound to, like, have some disputes over the language or like the way things worked, or just getting lazy and not signing things on time or whatever. And you know, like I said, I respect Capitan, man, and didn't really mean it for it to go that far. And he doesn't have to apologize to me. I don't expect that or anything. He's clearly upset, and that's okay. I just wish he would have addressed it completely 5 years ago and not held it in fight for 5 years and then whipped it out when I talked smack to him about a 3-0.
You and Cap are mortal enemies at this point, Mike. We gotta keep it a buck.
Well,
he's come at you.
Yeah,
so
he
many
came
times.
at he like that felt like he was trying to come for you and your career, and that to me, amongst all the weird stuff that happened yesterday, was the most odd. I'm not gonna lie.
That was the weirdest thing that
dude,
happened.
It was hours and hours afterwards.
I
And it was
forgive
like,
him, man. I forgive him. I forgive him, and I hope all the people in the COD community don't just think I'm some scumbag owner, because I like to think that I've changed the lives of a lot of Call of Duty players for the better, and took money out of my own pocket. I mean, I've paid over $15 million to pro gamers, salaries. Okay, throughout my career.
I was on Envy a little bit too early. Damn.
Yeah. But like, if you take, these are just player contracts. Our CFO, I had him total it all up throughout all of our years, and we've paid over $15 million into the pockets of pro gamers. That's just raw salary. It doesn't include prize money.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've done some pretty good things for the community, and didn't feel like I deserved that, but it's okay.
Random question: are you and Thorn really good friends?
I know Thorin, and I talked to him a lot when we had a Counter-Strike team, but I don't really talk to him much anymore. I mean, the guy is very passionate about esports and reporting on it, but honestly, man, I don't know what's going on there.
Dude.
I didn't really read very much of it, to be honest, but like, dude, Thorin is a very abrasive person, sometimes, and the COD community is very abrasive, and so you combine the two, and man, that was probably some fireworks. I really didn't even have the time to read through it all. I tried to spend some time with my family last night, and I had other things to work on last night.
You gotta go spend some time with loved ones after that.
Yeah, but I also it's like, told my wife I really loved her last night. And she was awesome last night. Like, just like, don't worry about it. It's like when you have a day at the office like that. But no, man. I mean, I don't know. Thorin's his own person. I don't know him, like a great friend, but I respect him as a person that's been around for so long, trying to grow esports and report on it and tell stories. Sometimes he crosses the line too, but
he went buck wild yesterday, and for somebody who's like really not in esports at all. I know this has really nothing to do with, or not in esports, not in COD esports at all.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't just like, I think I put out a tweet where I was like, disclaimer, anything that happens from this point forward is like, it's not my responsibility. Because there were like 4 different Twitter battles going on apparently, and I was just like,
well, dude,
I'm sorry guys. I was just trying to celebrate a 3-0 with a little smack talk.
I had like my thought of who Thorn was like a while back, because I remember when I first figured out who he was years ago, 6-7 years ago, and I saw a video he made, and it was about like passionate players and the mindset you should approach winning with, and I was like, oh, I agree with this. Good guy. This guy's a good CS dude. And then yesterday I went to his Twitter and I was blocked, and I was like, why am I blocked? And I tweeted out something. I don't know how he was seeing our tweets even though he has us blocked, and then commenting on our tweets after. Like, I didn't understand that at all. So I was hoping if you knew him at all, you could tell us a little bit. Maybe
Thorn's prepared for Twitter war at all times, apparently. But yeah, man. I mean, look, at the end of the day, everything that happened yesterday, honestly, I messaged all our guys last night, and I just apologized to them, because it shouldn't be about me, man. Honestly, our like Krim, Shotzi, Illy, Hook, Ray, Marcus, all the guys that are running the Empire, like, those guys deserve a lot of credit, man. They deserve to have fans that cheer for them. And when I smack talk, like, maybe I turn like the big fan bases of 100 Thieves or Optic, FaZe, like, against them, and it's not right, man. Like, it's really about those guys, and so I really just ask the community to cheer for them, because they're all amazing dudes. They're working hard. They're world champions, and they really deserve for people to cheer for them. So mainly, I just wanted to get that message out. Like, my guys deserve a lot of credit. They work really hard, and they are champions, and I shouldn't be causing them to get pressured or get shit talked in their social media.
That's fair. I mean, I think anybody who's talking crap to the players after that is just weird in general, to be honest. Because I don't really think the only person who said anything was Krim, I think, and he was like trolling. But yeah, I mean, I hope people can look at it and just see it as like it was all a lot of fun, and I think we want more stuff like that, but not to the extent that it went. Just like a little bit of friendly trash talk. I hope you don't like fall back and never talk
trust me,
trash.
man. If they beat us this season at some point, you're gonna, you'll get it again. I'm sure.
You have to come back with the heat, Stro. Like you gotta next time you can't back down like
man,
that.
I'll take an L, man. I can take an L.
It was just weird. I just hope that whenever the trash talk does happen, it's with the people that are involved, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird when people come from out of nowhere throwing haymakers. Like, what the hell did Jack, no offense, like, what did Jack have to do with the situation?
No, I mean, Jack's a big part of their brand, though. Jack's a big part of their brand. He's a Call of Duty personality. He's passionate about 100 Thieves. I get it.
I think the passion about 100 Thieves is warranted 100%. I mean, that's who he's with. It just felt like it was blown out of proportion massively.
I mean, yeah, he kind of came out of the shadows with the punches. Like, but
I mean, I just want to like keep it a buck. Yeah, I mean, Jack really did just come out of absolute nowhere. I wanted to know if you guys had any like history before, because I'm still mindblown by it. I feel like there's something.
No, we never really talked a lot. I never really talked a lot to Jack, man. A little bit here and there, but I never really had a ton of conversation with him. And I think obviously I've been vocal about trying to prop our team up versus some of the other big brands, and talk some smack. And I think he's just always probably had maybe a negative attitude toward me, but
is what it is.
I mean, I guess the views of are out there, but we don't got to get into it.
I think I found where it started. I found the initial tweet, and it was November 1st, 2020. I don't want to be a team owner whose aim is to sell you hoodies and make you watch videos. I want to be a team owner who lets you experience winning. So I think this wheel was just churning and churning. Like, I bet it must have, like, this got sent in a group chat. They're like, dude, this guy's a weirdo. It just kept churning and churning and churning. And then you 3-0'd them. They didn't get first. And then that tweet went out and they just blacked out. It had to be what it was, 100%. But hey, man, it is what it is.
Yeah, we don't need to beat it up. We don't need to beat it up too much, man.
Yeah, it is what it is.
There are other great things to talk about with you guys when I come talk to you.
You messaged me. You said you had some things to say, so I'm glad that we got that.
Well, that was it. Yeah, we got through all of that. Okay. But I do want to talk about the league a little bit because, dude, our league's great.
Amazing. It's
great. It's great. And everybody else COD Twitter was trending worldwide yesterday. That's pretty intense. I think it was trending worldwide.
Thorn was the third US trend, literally. Thorn.
Yeah. So that's what's great, man. Like COD, it's great to have teams like 100 Thieves and Optic that bring a lot of fans into the league and can make things trend on Twitter around the league. And shout out to the CDL for trying to send Courage and I a bunch of spicy beef.
Are you actually vegetarian now?
Yeah, I don't eat meat, so that went to the garbage.
Whoa.
But that was a waste. I think maybe a little bit went to our dogs. We have 4 dogs.
When did you forego meat? I know this is random, but
it's been a while. I mean, my wife kind of got me into it, and so it's been a long time. But
okay.
Yeah, don't eat meat.
All right. Well, they sent you some beef. That was pretty funny. Shout out to them, dude.
Because that's what I was talking about. Like, the league is awesome, right? Like, the league is literally getting involved and saying, "Come on, let's just have let's have fun with it," right? Mm-hmm. And that's why I love what we're doing with CDL, and I think it's going to be one of the best esports leagues for a long time.
And I know you guys just saw like the announcement, like in the news, about the vaccine being delivered earlier. It was like by the end of May, apparently the vaccine should be like fully delivered everywhere. So maybe we'll be able to get back to land sooner than we thought.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but today the state of Texas, the governor completely opened up Texas, 100% businesses wide open, and no more mask mandate here in the state of Texas.
Dude, I'm telling you, you guys, they survived that snowstorm. They're like, listen, I'm not going out in lockdown. That's it.
We survived this. We can survive anything. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know. Personally, Texas is tripping, but hey.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I don't know how quickly we'll try to spin up live events for the Empire and stuff here in Dallas, but I'd like to think that during this season at some point we can hold some kind of live event, which should be
Well, who just announced
great.
their event in Iceland? Was it Valorant?
It was Valorant, Riot.
Yeah.
That's a huge play. That's a huge thing for them. And I feel like Iceland probably has COVID under control, just location-wise and population. That's huge.
Yeah, we still got to fly players there. If we're qualified for Masters 1 as the number 1 seed, but that LAN event is for Masters 2.
These squads are doing well over there, huh? Doing good.
Yeah, Rocket League was picked third at the major, but back to back regional champions before we dropped one. So
Was their majors online, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what is this? Is this like the first like big LAN event, the one in Iceland for esports, or what?
No, somebody tweeted at me and said PUBG was having one right now in Korea.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
PUBG.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. That's cool.
I liked watching PUBG when we had a PUBG team. I think it was a lot of fun to watch. Just not a lot of people watched it. So
this game in a LAN environment would be dope, man. And in our new format, like we just have so many sick games. Every game means so much. And going into our major, I'm looking at the schedule. So we got 2 matches Wednesday, 4 Thursday, 4 Friday, 3 Saturday, and 3 Sunday. Like that's a packed schedule.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that the Empire plays the winner of either New York or Optic.
Yeah.
Which would you rather play? Because I guess there's storylines both ways. You have Clay on one side, and obviously that match was crazy close. And then
man, Optic is looking strong this year, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd probably just, I don't know. I think the easier match for the guys would be New York, but New York's pretty hot too. And then, I think just for the league in general for it to be good, that obviously when we play Optic, it's always going to be fun. And like I said, if we get 3-0'd by them, I mean, you guys will see how I react. I mean, my timeline gets blown up by Optic fans, which is okay.
Dude, could you guys imagine an Empire Thieves final? Oh my god.
Dude, Thorin would watch.
that would be absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, so what did you think about basically all of stage 1, Strokes? I know you obviously super into it, been watching every single game.
I watch all the games.
What do you think of like the pacing of everything and how it
went? Good, man. Like coming off of like Super Week was dope. Like having so many matches like every day, which we're about to kind of get again with a major. So we go from like Super Week to a major. I thought that was sick. I for one am like all for playing more matches. Like the guys like scrim every day, So like instead of just scrimming every day, like just let's play some matches,
Yeah.
I would like to see more matches. I'd like to see it, kind of happen this way, especially if we're playing online. But yeah, we're getting a good number of matches in. I think the first stage was interesting, man. You got some really good teams. You got some dark horses that can upset people. You have some players that are starting to shine, like up and comers. You have some real up and comers coming out now that are a threat.
I just think the level of play was incredible this last week. It was just the highest level of play I've ever seen in COD, legit ever. Like going into every series, I like quickly learned like anybody can beat anybody on any given day. Like it's insane. Like you guys started off and you looked like you were the definitive best squad, like by a landslide, and then you just had 3 back-to-back game 5s, and that had to be pretty exhilarating for you. Like watching from sidelines, like we're good, but you got to still work on some things.
Yeah,
I think that just speaks to the level of talent around the league, right? Like the teams that people consider at the bottom are what? Seattle, London, maybe. I mean, Toronto's 1-4. These teams all have ridiculously talented players on them, all of them. And it just, if those are your bottom teams, it's just like
that's why the league is
incredible amount of talent.
It's a sick league, man.
Yeah.
And I like our format too. I think we have 3 majors, right? So that prize money can get spread out pretty. Team can come in and fire well for a week and come in and win a bunch of prize money. It could be Toronto, man. I mean, didn't they steal an event last season? They got one, didn't they?
Yeah, they beat Atlanta in a final at some point.
Yeah,
towards the end. Yeah,
Florida got a few in there, a couple in there. I mean, it's like any of these teams can go off, man. And so that last year, I thought we had more game 5s than any other season of Call of Duty in my 15 years. 14 years.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna beat
I think we're gonna beat it. I think we're gonna beat it this year.
Looking down the list here, I mean, we had so many game 5s, like so many series just went the distance, and they were they were just wild. But we had a fair share for 3-0s too. So it was like,
I said it last time I came on and talked to you guys. I was like, man, we've had more game 5s, and this has been more entertaining than any year of COD. And it's like, you love it.
dude, what did you think about Clay's play this week? He had the second overall highest KD in the entire like stage 1 regular
Don't do
play.
me like that, man. We've already talked.
I'm not trying to do. I wasn't even trying to do you dirty. I was.
Clay, I know. Like even like Courage said something like, I snaked Clay. Bro, I had to remove a player. I had to snake somebody. You know, it's like we had to do it.
I wasn't trying to do you
trust
dirty.
me, I did not want to do that. Like I was voting for 5v5, you know, because I knew I had the dream team. You know what I mean?
I was literally just asking you.
Didn't you waive his buyout? Or is that not true? Or made it low? I don't remember exactly.
No, but we worked it out pretty quick with New York to make sure he went where he wanted to go.
Yeah,
you know,
he didn't get snaked.
Yeah, I didn't try to ruin his career.
I wasn't insinuating that. I was literally just asking you what you thought about his week. I mean, because he had a great week. I honestly, personally, I didn't think Clay was monster. I didn't think he was capable of like frying like that, like on an individual level.
Trust me, man. If we still had Clay and it was 5v5, nobody would stand a chance. Like we just dominate. Okay, all right. all right. If FaZe got like Alec with Priesta, like they're still monsters. Like Optic's still good. Like Thieves would probably be good. Like all right, but I still think like our chances would be great.
They'd be pretty high. Yeah.
Pretty high.
No one would argue against that.
Clay's a monster, man. He knows how to hype your team up too, and that's why he wins world championships with a bunch of young talent. Like he just hypes everybody up. He's smart. He plays well. He's got his gunny and he wins. So I don't know, man. Clay's somebody you're always going to have to look out for. I'll gas that guy up every day until he's done playing.
No. I mean, yeah, this week was just like the way he played. I was like, I can actually never doubt him again. I don't know why I was. Guy has three world championships, but still just on the individual level, I was like, he's always had really, really good teammates. So how's he gonna do here? And he completely just proved me wrong. So props to him. I thought we'd just show him a little bit of love. But I want to ask you guys, can you make do you know the Pick'em website? Have you guys used it at all? Either of you? Pick'em's called Duty. I want you guys to go there and make a bracket. And you can have Empire winning if you want, but I want to see what your guys bracket is going to be looking like. And then
the chat should go ahead and join us in doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to put it on the screen here in a second.
Let's do this.
But before any major tournament, it's tradition. We always have to do a bracket, go see how it goes, and see who is the closest to it. Because so far in the pick'ems, like I have not been that great. This has been a really hard game to predict matches. I mean, it seems like a lot of teams like you can't get a good look at what they're good at, man. Like they'll frying it, like Empire. They were frying in hardpoint, and then they stuck that search, and then they come back and they're frying in search, losing hardpoints. It's wild to me at the quick swings that we're seeing in these games. Just how evenly matched everyone is. But here, let me make Stro's screen a little bit smaller so I can get the.
Oh boy, you want me to register?
Oh my god, I have to do this.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
You guys don't have a Pick'em account?
Come on,
unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
I'm always right. I don't even need to bother with this leaderboard stuff.
Oh, I have to download the authenticator app and all this stuff. I'm not gonna do this right now, but I will.
Yeah. Do it. I mean, we can just go through it together. We can just go through it together. And you guys give me your opinion, but either way, I'll make mine. And put on.
Sounds good.
Put it on the screen chat. Hold on, I'm technologically inept sometimes.
Wait, is the final one of the extended ones?
Is the what?
Does it go? Is the grand final? Is it like best of 7, best of something like that longer than?
We can.
Or is it just another best of 5?
I'm not sure. Stro, do you know? Is the final best of 7?
Best of 9.
Oh, it's a best of 9. Okay. Yeah. Sheesh.
Shoo, best of 9. Every major. Ooh. I guess we're gonna know who the best team is at the end, right?
Yeah, dude, I love that. Like, we should be doing that. I think best of 9 in a final is like.
I can't wait to hear Clint lose his voice over the course of a best of 9 series. It's gonna be wild. All right, so here we go. All right, so I already did my first 2 series. Well, let's just go from 0. All right, Optic versus Subliners. Let's break it down. What we saw. Talk about the teams. So for Optic, I was like super worried about their search and destroy initially, but they still haven't been great at it, but they've shown a couple strides of improvement. What did you guys think about Optic and their bounce back and throughout this week? How they played?
I mean, their respawn looks super strong. If you ask me, I think they're the most consistent respawn team. I don't think they've lost to Control. I think that's correct. And their hard points look really strong. Their S&D is like just about average, which is good enough to win. I just feel like they're a really like super tough team to beat in this game.
Yeah, no, they are.
Their only loss is to FaZe, and it was what Abizi had a 3-piece at the end of the hard point, and then they obviously got bodied in that search. But they'll learn it as time goes along.
But
Optic looks really strong.
Going up against New York, they've been really solid as well. I mean, so New York is one of the teams where they, record doesn't really reflect how well they played throughout the week. Legitimately throughout the week, every single map that they lost in a series, they had an opportunity to win it. Down to the 3-0 that they got handed by LA Thieves, they legit almost won that every single map in that series. When you look at the match versus Empire, they could have 3-0'd you guys. Like, they legit were up 20-9 in kills and could have closed it out in Control to end the series. They lose that and end up losing the series. Like, so this is a really tough matchup between Optic and Subliners. Like, which way are you guys leaning? I'll start with Stro.
So I feel like they're going through that honeymoon period of, like they're starting to play together. Like Clay's gassing everybody up. Everybody wants to impress each other, Yeah. And so I'm a little worried that might run out. That honeymoon period is a real thing. Like when your team first kind of gets together and everybody's trying to work hard and impress each other and show that you can come together and win, that kind of starts fading away pretty quickly. It actually just happens. I don't even know. It's like a phenomenon. But I'm a little worried that will happen to them, especially, running into like Chicago.
Yeah.
That's a tough team to beat, and a lot of experience, and ARs are like really good in this game, I feel like. And, you have somebody like Formal, like running AR, like you're just tough team to beat.
Yeah,
so kind of the Clay. For me, it's Clay versus Formal in that matchup.
Clay's been nasty. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like, can Asim keep up what he was doing going into the major? Can Clay keep that up as well? I mean, Diamondcon started to play a lot better. So it's a tough game. I'll probably give it to Optic. John, you?
Yeah, I'm leaning like Optic 3-1, something like that. I just think they're too strong and too consistent.
Right, we'll move with that. All right, moving down. LA Thieves versus the Gorillas. I mean, the Gorillas, they were in a, I mean, they were 2-3, got to a tie, ended up making it to the top 3. But they did what they needed to do. But going up against the Thieves, I don't have much faith in them to take that series. Because Thieves have been good at search. Like, if Thieves weren't good at search, I'd say Gorillas have an opportunity to like win both search and destroys, take a respawn. And that's what they've done to win series. But versus the Thieves, I mean, the way TJ's playing and how sound of a squad they've been, I don't think Gorillas are going to be able to do it. But I'll open the floor to you guys. What do you guys think?
I mean, I have LA Thieves 3-0 in that match. I think that, I mean, good for LAG for making winners bracket, but I believe they won 2 game 5s, and one of them was against Paris early on. And I actually feel like Paris would have beaten them later on in their week. I just think that they were trying to gel and whatever. But I mean, I just feel like LAG doesn't have enough firepower consistently across the board to be able to beat a team like any of the top 4 teams, in my opinion. That would be Empire, Optic, FaZe, and LA Thieves. It's just not enough firepower to beat them in a full series, I think.
You think we're seeing a hot one, Stro?
3-0? Yeah, it's a 3-0 or it's a 3-1. Maybe Gorillas get the S&D, but
man, that winners round 2.
Winners round 2 is going to be ridiculous if both of those come out, right? Like if you get Thieves versus FaZe and us versus Optic, I mean, that's like,
that's a banger. Those are 2 bangers for sure.
Those are 2 pretty hype matches.
All right, and then going down to Elim round 1. All right, we got Surge versus Mutineers. Now both these teams just really haven't been able to put together. So it's weird for Mutineers because like individually some of their players are playing really, really well. Awakening's #1 search and destroy KD. Like he's picking up a ton of first bloods. Like he's just as good at this game, if not better than he was last year. But the squad haven't been able to do it. And they're going up against the Surge. So this is like one of the harder games to predict. I think it's like it just comes down to the hard point because we've seen Surge get a lot better at hard point, like a lot closer. They're getting down to the wire of these games, and then Mutineers, at times they're choking the hard point. or they're taking map 1 and then getting smoked on game 4. So it's really tough.
It's weird. Like, why is Florida doing so poorly? It doesn't feel like it when you watch them. I don't know if I'm the only one that gets that feeling. It doesn't feel like they're 1-4 bad, but then they end up losing. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of weird. And like you said, I watch Awakening, and every single time I'm watching, I'm like, dude, this guy's Big Wake's nasty. This guy's disgusting. I don't know. But
I'm taking Seattle on this one though.
I am too.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I feel like they'll figure it out eventually.
You know,
I don't know. Gunless looks. I don't know, when I was watching him play a couple matches, and he looks like he's maybe a little inconsistent, but he's like got some signs where he's just nasty.
He had like a good
there's some moments where he's ridiculous.
He had like a good series, and then he has been a little inconsistent. It's so weird. I watched him play
coming into their own team, right? That's why. I mean, it's hard to have good individual games when your team is overall struggling.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're gonna figure it out. They'll figure it out eventually.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go Mutineers in that one. So, John, you'll be the tiebreaker. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Surge.
All right. 3-2?
I don't know. It's hard for me to pick against them. Yeah.
Okay.
3-2 Surge is good.
Moving down, we're making good progress. We got Toronto Ultra versus the Royal Ravens. Now, Ultra, they screwed up my pick'ems, I'll be honest. I had so much faith in the squad, dude. They looked so good in their first few matches. Like, their hardpoint was incredible. Bance was frying. Like, he was literally the Bance of old. But if you take a look at his stats, like, he fell down to, I think it was like 44th overall KD. Like, that out of 48. Like, he was playing so well, and then just they took a turn. And it's not all his fault. I mean, the whole team, there was a turnaround in all their performance, but they had so many close maps and close games. I just think that they had too many heart-wrenching map losses that just spiraled out of control for them. So I could honestly see them making a run in the major, like in the losers bracket. I could see them streaking a bit.
They always lose their controls though, so it's kind of hard to make a run when you're losing the swing game every single time. I think they might have won one of them. And I think when you talk about bans, I think that's the mode where he and the team are struggling the most. I have them beating the Ravens. I think everyone does, right?
Yeah,
those guys kind of stink. But
what do you mean? Wait, yeah, they took you guys to Game 5. Mind blown how they did that, because they have not been playing. So, like, here's the thing: Dylan and Alex are disgusting, in my opinion. Those guys are nasty.
I'm taking London in that one, man. I don't know why.
Crazy.
I don't know why. I don't look. You guys know better than I do. But I've watched a pretty good number of matches. I mean, I'm kind of basing it off of like what I've seen against us. We haven't played Toronto, so
a fair assessment. They took you guys all the way to 5. It was a good series.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That was like their best.
That's
series,
a toss
though.
up. I don't know much about it, but I'm gonna, for the sake of somebody cheering for the Ravens, I'm cheering for them. Or picking them.
Well, I'll let you know right now. That was like the Ravens' best performance was in that series. Like but Dylan and Alex are demons on the map. Like they're very good. So if they can get something going in there, they can maybe pull it off. But I just think Ultra are a more sound team. They have more chemistry.
They have to do it for the British nation over there. I mean,
they need hastr0.
They got to do it. They got to do it, man. Can't
hastr0 back bad. And it's not really. I don't want to say it's a knock on Haggy on Parasite, because it's really not. It's just that Trey's super versatile, adds a lot to a team. I don't know. They just need him back.
All right. Moving on. So let's keep getting through it. We got Paris Legion versus Seattle Surge. Legion, man, one of the better hardpoint teams we have in this game, to be quite honest with you. They've been playing well. I know John has like a little face on him right now. You're not sold on Legion yet?
No, I think they're pretty good. It's just super inconsistent. I don't know. I think they're pretty good. Better than people thought they were going to be. Let's say that.
These matches are super hard to predict. The Surge, Mutineers, Paris, little bubble right there. I have no. It's super difficult to predict.
No, the winners bracket matches are going to be pretty tough too.
I think I have an idea on how.
At least it's like they're going to be good matches.
Yeah, they will be very good matches. But so Paris and Surge. I mean, let's think about how this will go. I mean, I think Paris are the better hardpoint team. So I'm gonna have them taking map number 1. And Search and Destroy, I don't think Paris have been that great, other than like they won like a Miami S&D. I think I've seen them win. I think they won like what was like 2 searches or 3 searches max throughout the week. I think it was 2, and it was like Miami twice. Yeah, I think it was Miami twice, something like that. I don't know. I remember looking at their thing, and it was like they won the same map twice. So I'm not. I think they'll lose that map. It could go to a game 5. And do you think Paris has what it takes to take down Surge in a game 5, or vice versa?
I would take Surge in a game 5. If it got all the way there, I'm going with the Surge. I feel like Paris would have to end it sooner. Game 4, you know what I mean? Win those hard points.
See if Paris. I gotta look up their control record. Hold on. I gotta look up their control record because I think they could take both hard points versus Surge.
I don't know. And then the other one, I'd go with the Rocker for sure over Toronto. I just feel like that Rocker team's S&D has been really strong, and if I've gotta believe they're gonna figure out how to play hardpoint better than they did during that week. So as long as they like come somewhat close in those hard points, I think that they'll win that series.
Well, Rocker got a lot better at hardpoint through the week, but it was like they were frying on checkmate hardpoint, and on the air maps we saw them play well on a raid, but on the smaller sub maps we haven't seen them. We still have yet to see them like fry on like the sub maps when it comes to hardpoint. So Rocker, I mean, they could still have that same issue that we were talking about, John. We don't know yet. And when it comes to the major, we'll see if they fix it by now. I'm still trying to get their control record right now. I have an email, like all the stuff. Okay, so I have Surge's record right here. So in control, Surge is 0-5. So yeah, I think when I look at Paris, like I think they could take both hardpoints and the control. Like they're literally 0-5 in control, 3-5 in hardpoint, 3-4 in S&D. It was not a good week for the Surge. So I don't know. I'm gonna go 3-1 Paris there. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go 3-2 Surge.
I'll take Paris 3-2.
All right, there we go. Okay, moving on. All right, Rocker versus Ultra. I want to get a good bracket, guys. So I want to go back and be like, we got this shit.
I'm going 3-1 Rocker.
3-1 Rocker.
Rocker's strong.
They are strong, but their hardpoint has not been.
I think, aren't they the team with the best record that's starting in losers too? I believe they're 3-2. They just lost tiebreakers.
But you have to think about the games. So like Ultra have lost like the closest games outside of like New York. They've had an opportunity in a lot of these series to take the dub.
I mean, but they don't have any. What's their win? Who did the Ultra actually beat?
Let's go back and look. So the Ultra, they beat Mutineers. They lost 2-3 to Paris, lost 2-3 to Gorillas, 1-3 to Optic, 1-3 to FaZe. But remember the FaZe series and how close it was. The hard point, they lost by 3 points. I think they got waxed on games 3 and 4. But like, I think they were just, I don't know, I think they just got crushed on the, they won their first, if they won that first map and they're up 2-0, they had a great opportunity to take that series. I don't know, it's tough. It's tough. The same thing can be said about Rocker's losses.
Yeah, except for they got run over by New York, but I mean, it happens.
Yeah, same thing can be said. All right, so we'll go Rocker. All right, next one, Gorillas versus Rocker. Stro, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm still going with Rocker there. That's like a 3-1, 3-2.
Yeah, because they're just better. They're better at the things Gorillas are good at.
What's their record in S&D? What's Rocker's record in S&D?
I got you.
Like, it's got to be good. It's got to be good.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Like that's why I just think I think Rocker's gonna make that run just off their S&D game.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to do it by just.
Ben
like
says their record's 5-1. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1 towards the Rocker again.
5-1. Yeah, because they're just better at the things Gorillas are good at, and that's S&D. So we'll go 3-1 Rocker in that one. Subliners versus Legion.
New York 3-0.
I don't know. Do Paris keep it up? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's another one, man. It's like for me, if that honeymoon period isn't, if they're kind of losing that first bit of,
these are both the teams.
Power.
These are both the teams that are kind of frying though, like, and we just don't know if they'll keep it up. It's like, which one do we think will keep it up going into it? Because
Clay's got that though.
But think about it like this though, Stro. Think about it like this. So New York will be coming off of a loss if they lose to Optic and come here, and then obviously a little bit deflated. Paris will be coming off of a big win. Do you think that plays into it at all?
If they play the same day, maybe, but there's a day break in between.
Yeah, I think they'll have that break in between.
Yeah, so
if they're coming out of winners to lower, then I think they'll have a break. And I don't know. I just see like the Clay's stat line right now and the way he's frying and just the way, like it seems like playing really well. I don't know. I just
All
feel like they got that.
All right, we'll go New York. All right, so 3-1, 3-1 or 3-2. I think that goes 5. 3-2. Let's go 3-2. All right, now let's look back. Let's see if we have one upset, by the way, guys, or are we just picking the favorite?
You guys can pick it. Like, I'll let you guys pick our match. I won't even say anything.
Seattle over Mutineers. I don't know if that's considered an upset or not.
It's not an upset. No, I mean they're just equally bad right now, so I wouldn't consider that an upset.
You're going straight through lower bracket now, right?
Yeah, we're going straight through lower bracket at the moment.
Okay.
But we have to go back to winners now.
Yeah.
Think about this week though. There's been so many upsets. I have no idea. I don't think it'll go this way. But all right, going back up. All right, so we'll do this match, John. Empire versus Optic.
Yeah, so I'll let you guys. You're not going to offend me. You guys talk about it. I think this is going to be a good match.
I'm going out with Optic. I'm going with Optic 3-1.
So I think Optic's gonna assert their No, I'm joking.
You guys know me, man. I'm not gonna try and career end you. Don't worry.
Isn't Kyler like the best player in the game statistically right now, though?
I'll tell you.
I'm pretty sure Kyler's like
I don't think
super mega prime.
Yeah, I think overall he's number 1.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he literally number 1?
Well, in KD is.
So. At least KD. I don't know if that means he's played the best, but KD wise, I think
overall,
he's like
he's
way above everyone else.
Dude, it's taking me over to scroll through my phone. So Ben, can you tell me if he's number 1 in KD in the entire league? But either way, he's frying, right? So the thing about Empire is though, like they've had like a lot of shaky series. Like it has not been easy for them at all. Like that, but on the same token, like their last series was great. They played a really good team for first seed. The pressure was on, and they took the dub. Like even when it got down to like the crunch time, like Crim clutched an amazing, mind-blowing 1v2. So like, that's the thing about Optic, dude, is sometimes they just, they play these big matches and those clutch time moments, they choke them, dude.
I mean, I know when they want to beat us really bad, they're going to want to beat us really bad in this game. So.
Wait, what makes you say that? Don't they always want to beat you guys?
I don't know, man. It's like,
there's added
yes,
there.
but there are times when like they like are out for blood. It's like I know that they want to shut me up.
I want to get this right
after they saw me saying this stuff this past couple days. So
yeah, I'm not sold on
not just that. I don't even think they really care that much about me. But at the end of the day, they want to shut up. Probably everyone and just try to get it this season. They're after it.
I think, Ben, you can unmute your mic, by the way. Dude, I'm not sold on Chicago's S&D either, but I'm also not sold on Empire's S&D just yet.
Me neither. I mean, the fact is, Crim did have to clutch that 1v2 to win the map, right?
Yeah.
It's like, to me, it's a weird battle because I feel like I'm going to get some hate for this, but, we take the takes out on the show. I think Dallas just got in trouble in their situational play. They have to get bailed out, but I think their like fundamentals are good. And Chicago play kind of straight up in search, and that kind of gives an opening to Dallas. So that's where I'm kind of coming from, where I think Dallas might clutch this in a game 5.
Yeah.
Who do you give the edge to in hardpoint though?
Probably Chicago.
Me too.
Yeah. As well as Color's frying. I just think Chicago right now look like probably the best respawn team in the game if we're looking at hardpoint and
they do.
Hardpoint and control. I'm trying to think of the maps. I still think
but there's
like Optic.
There's a higher likelihood that like Dallas takes both searches than Optic takes both hardpoints. So like,
what makes you say that? Optic's extremely. I mean, they're average at hardpoint. I wouldn't say that Empire's like untouchable in the search and destroys. Or I said Optic's average at search and destroy. I mean, and I wouldn't say that Empire's untouchable at those. I don't know what makes them have a higher edge in
I just know what like
search.
I guess it's fair. It's just my like when I look at these teams in tournament format, I just expect them to be good at search and destroy. But this week there were times where they did not play well in search, so it's hard for me to actually just give them that absolute edge. This is actually super difficult to predict as well.
Yeah, super close match.
I think it'll go game 5, and when it goes to game 5, I'm just gonna give that to Empire. I feel like they're gonna. And the chat's calling me a hater because they say I always go against Optic, which is not true. I just think that Empire are gonna take this one, so I'm gonna go Empire in this one. 3-2. John, who are you going with? Optic?
I was going with Optic 3-1. But
all right, Ben, you'll be the deciding factor.
I'm Empire 3-2.
All right, there it is.
Well, there you go. Hey, fuck you guys.
All right, moving on. Atlanta FaZe versus Thieves. Troy, you can come into this one. We have FaZe versus the Thieves.
I'm not trying to like smack talk Thieves here, but that's probably a 3-0 or 3-1 for me. I'm really not. Like I'm just calling it how it is, in my opinion. Like I mean, FaZe is looking redonkulous, so like, that's just who they're up
They
against.
are looking really good, but they've had their fair share of tough games as well. Like they went all the way to that game 5 with
They
Optic.
have. I would
not
love
been
to see the
easy.
Thieves surprise me there, but
And FaZe has had some close ass hard points, dude, against some teams that haven't been the best. Like they had a super close hard point in their series versus Toronto that they could have lost. Like they've had some battles.
Cap's really gonna have to coach him up,
Yeah.
Like, but TJ like is impressed me, man. Like he looks like he can go. He's really streaky and like it seems like he has really good map awareness in this game and like is constantly putting the Thieves in a position to make plays.
Slasher's been really good too.
Yeah, but Slasher's a turret. Like. It's like if Slasher gets set up, he's great. If he doesn't, it's not so great.
Sure.
That's how I feel. I mean, sure, he can make some plays too, but I don't know. Just watching them play and watching them play against us, it seemed like Tej was like making moves, and he's another guy I don't really talk to very much, but I'll give him his props. He plays well, and it seems like he has really good map awareness and like can position himself on his like kill streaks to just kind of set up the team to get good positioning. And
yeah, that's gonna be a battle for sure. Alec versus Slasher, it's a good one. But I mean, I think Celium gives them the edge. You can do it too. I just think he'll be too much to deal with, bro. He'll be popping up and down. No, but
will he snake his way to victory?
I don't know.
Will tell.
It's funny that
keep going.
they just keep going. Ben loves MC, loves him.
He does.
Yeah.
Anything FaZe, Ben is ready to just jump off.
I did used to work for FaZe, to be fair.
All right, man.
All right, so John, who you going with?
On your chest.
Thieves or FaZe? Who you going with?
I mean, I have to lean FaZe. I mean, they're undefeated, and their search and destroy is actually the best search and destroy in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I might actually lean LA Thieves and respawns. I'm not really sure. Pretty close either way. But when it comes to search and destroy, I have to lean FaZe. So that's why I picked them. And if I was picking them 3-2, super close either way. And I mean, I could see LA Thieves winning that for sure too. So.
I mean, for the story,
trust me, I would love to see Thieves win that match, man.
And play
you
guys.
Said 3-0.
I think it's a 3-0 or 3-1. Like, I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening.
All right, lower bracket. We got 3 more games to go, boys. Thieves versus Subliners.
LA.
I got New York. This is one of those series where New York could have 3-0'd instead of losing 3-0. It's a really funky
close,
one.
Yeah, it was really close.
I just think the way New York's playing right now, the steps that players like Aston have taken up in their gameplay, if you watch, he's just playing slower, more chilled COD, really like not taking low percentage gunfights. That was a struggle for him last year. And the way Clay's playing and what they're getting out of Diamond Con and Mac, I just feel like they have the edge here. I think they're like underrated kind of search team as well in the game. I think they've just been really, really good across the board, and I'm gonna take a tight 1-3-2.
Wait, how do you say? Is it a seam or ASIM?
It's ASIM.
He's trying to have it both ways.
I call him ASIM.
I think it's a seam, right?
I think it's a seam. I don't know. It sounds like
He told the casters a seam. He told us ASIM. So
I call him ASIM.
Okay.
Oh boy, ASIM.
It's probably one of those things where he got called ASIM so many times. He's like, whatever, it's ASIM.
This is gonna be my.
Make a bracket on how we pronounce his name.
So I was gonna say this will be my big upset, but
not even that big.
I don't know.
All
right, well, we'll relax. All right, so Ben's going New York. John, you're going Thieves, right?
Yeah.
Stro, who you going with?
I got Thieves in that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Thieves.
I got Thieves 3-2 in this one.
I don't know Thieves 2. I'm gonna go 3-1.
If LA wins, it's barely. If they lose, their shit rocked.
Oh, come on. That's how you like to pick them to win. Yeah. Come on,
all right, moving on.
I call it like it is, man. I just call it like it is. I don't hold any grudges like that. I don't fire ballistic missiles.
Optic versus Rocker. Who's winning this series? This is a weird match because Rocker been like the second best search team. Optic have been the best respawn team. It just all comes down to has Rocker fixed their hardpoint woes, and their control's been okay. So, what do you guys think? John, I'll start with you. We'll move to Stro.
It feels. I'm like the most boring pick'em person ever, but I mean, I would just go with Optic. I guess either who falls here, Optic or Dallas, and I'd end up picking that team 100%. So,
Okay.
What do you want, Optic?
Yeah, can't argue with that.
No
Same.
upset. Right there.
I think that's a triple O right there.
All right, here we go. Optic versus Thieves.
That's a big time game.
Big time.
I go Optic right there. Three.
I'm shocked.
I'll go 3-1 on this one.
We're literally back to like rematches from last year, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
I mean, that's
yeah.
what happens.
What, 12 teams in the league, right?
Yeah, and those teams all have like the top to the bottom best talent. So yeah, that happens.
I go 3-1 Chicago.
John. John, who you
Keep
going?
brother.
I mean, shit. I'm gonna go 3-1 LA Thieves.
Ben?
3-0 Optic.
3-0. I mean,
Yep.
they already 3-0'd them. You know, it's hard to 3-0 them twice.
I'm gonna go.
Even though it was the pre tournament crap. What was the thing called? Opening
Kickoff.
weekend.
The
I don't-
kickoff classic.
Yeah, the kickoff classic. Even though it's the preseason, that makes less sense.
All
Anyways, I'll
Um,
go with LA Thieves.
I went with Optic in that one as well. So I mean, you got beat out there, John. Empire and FaZe.
I've been beat out every time.
Who are you picking in this one?
Bullshit.
I think I'm gonna go FaZe in this one. I'm gonna go FaZe 3-1. I think like it comes down to, I don't know. Who knows what it comes down to in this series? Honestly, both these guys are just nasty. I was trying to think it through, but each point just goes against the other when it comes to these two teams, so it's super tough.
Nah, we're gonna rattle them, man. They're rattled. They're rattled after last season. That when we played them in the big game, they were shaky. They were shaky. I think our boys are constantly improving. I'm gonna go ahead and predict this one. It's a 3-1 for the Dallas Empire. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, Ben, who are you
I'll let
going
you guys
with?
go.
Fair.
We
We know who Ben's going with. So all right, I got.
You gonna do my prediction for me, John? What's good?
Go for it, Ben. Go for it.
There's a tough series. I think it's gonna go to the end, game 5. I think right now FaZe is probably the better S&D team, so I'll give them the edge. But legitimately, like, I think you just coin flip this series. It's honestly who turns up on the day and plays better. So I'll just pick FaZe just to do that gimmick.
How the fuck you gonna coin flip and then pick FaZe when we all knew you were gonna pick FaZe? Coin flip's 50-50, dude.
It's called hedging, John.
John, who are you
We're
picking?
gonna have to play well to beat those guys, man. So,
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I just think-
thanks, Mike. We're gonna show up like shit.
That's
And
my
we're still gonna
professional
beat 'em.
analysis. We just have to show up and play our game and win, and we'll beat them.
Honestly, so if Dallas win to get this point, I actually do agree with Mike that they'll be rolling. And when it comes to this point, I think Dallas would win. Weird thought.
Alex is the X factor, though, or Alec is the X factor.
100% though. Like he's played well, but we haven't seen him like turn up.
He's the different part of this team.
He
that,
could just go crazy in this tourney.
Might keep him balanced versus a team like us. When they have to face off again, because you know how it is. Like when you take that L in the World Championship match, and you have to play that team again. You're always like, all of us played professionally. Like you just like get this. There's just something you can't shake off. It's like bad juju. It's like you just can't get it out of you.
I don't know. I won my championship match, Mike.
Oh,
You lost.
God. All right.
And you lost too.
I did.
Yeah, I made like $2,000 for taking second place at the national championship.
Yeah, no, Jack
Crazy.
told us.
Nowadays, nowadays it would be worth what, like 200 G's, like
Yeah.
100x.
That is crazy. All right, so we're split down the middle on this one. Oh, Brisk Mate with the Prime Gaming. Thank you. Welcome. So we need one more pick. We need one more chat. We need you guys to come through. Somebody in the chat. What are you guys thinking? We'll see who gets more votes. FaZe or Empire? We're getting down to our elimination final and then our major. ATL 3-0 Thou, FaZe, Empire.
So it goes from
Alright,
best of
Empire,
5,
Empire.
and then it just jumps to best of 9.
Yeah,
at the end.
that'll change a lot of how we. All right, so it's pretty much down the middle.
as a coin flip would be.
Just flip the coin.
Yeah. Do I
Yeah,
have
and flip a coin. Do you have one? Do you have a virtual coin? You
No,
can do
do
that
it,
on like
Siri.
some website. Hey, Siri.
Siri, flip a coin. Heads this time, and heads was the top one.
Is
so it's
hastr0
Empire.
old man? Someone said hello, nameless Pac-Man, and old man. Usually I'm old man.
Come on,
So
man.
Mike,
You know
you're
who
old
that
man.
is. You know who that is. That's
So
me.
it was heads. Empire gets through. All right, Phase versus Optic. I mean, we already had. Did they? Did we have them playing each other already in this or no?
Who?
Phase and Optic. Oh no, we didn't. They haven't. Played. All right, so how do we think this will go? Phase versus Optic.
I think it's the same problem you had the last time these two teams played. I think Optic probably has the edge of response. FaZe is the edge in S&Ds if it goes to a game 5, which is likely. I think you probably got FaZe.
In this situation, like a losers finals this late in the tournament, I feel like all those, what they're good and bad at, like it just out the window. Players just turn up, man. We see, a team that's typically not good at search have a great, series of search and destroy. Like, whose potential is higher here? I don't know.
I think the only thing though with this format is that you have days between matches, so teams are going to go back and be able to watch film and be able to counter strat, no break-offs, know how they're going to game plan and search. So it's not like a situation where you're coming in hot on a champ Sunday and you're playing 2 back-to-back series coming from losers, or on the flip side from winners you're waiting. So I don't know if I totally subscribe to that argument.
All right. Yeah, we'll just go phase again. I mean, we picked them to be better, so I guess we're going phase. All right, and then phase versus Empire rematch in a best of 9 this time.
The winner, whoever wins the winners final, is gonna win the final. Don't you get a game advantage?
Yeah, I think you get a 1 game.
Yeah. Whoever wins I'm just going with whoever wins the winners final is gonna win the final. So in this instance, with our coin flip, I would take that.
You can't have Empire winning with Stro on the podcast, bro.
I mean, if Stro wasn't here, it'd be between these two teams probably as well.
I don't know, man.
And for the record, I picked against Dallas way earlier in the bracket. I picked Optic to stomp on Stro's team.
I mean, this is just it's a coin flip.
That would
like
make
we
me
said,
sad.
So like, I'm actually curious, like what is
Trust
the...
me, it would make me more sad than I was yesterday reading those tweets.
Fair enough.
Guarantee that.
What were you saying, Ben?
What is the gameplay distribution in best of 9?
I actually don't know. Let's see. I'm on their website right now. Does it even show that? Like what it would be?
Because once you get in the best of 9 territory, like teams avoided playing crossroads across the board. Really, like maps like that start to come into play. Like I'm really curious, sort of how vetoes kind of go and how teams try to spread out their picks across the best of 9. It's definitely a little bit of a different game plan than when you're playing a best of 5.
I don't know where to find that. Or these are just like the competitive settings. And then
I don't know.
Best of 5.
There
They don't have a best of 9
11 total
veto
modes?
process. All right, well, I mean, that map
play?
bleed, I guess we'll go with that, and then this will be our
Yeah, I
final
believe so.
bracket. But
So then, I don't know what you're saying. Doesn't it? It just drop strategy. You just drop your words.
Saying is it just
wait,
like
your
alternate, like,
bracket
hard
cannot
point
be
lobby?
modified when you click submit predictions. All right, so this is going to be my actual official bracket going into the week.
Tough. We have like no upsets.
All right, fuck it, boys. I'm in there.
I can't wait. If we do lose Optic like that, I already know I'm gonna have to be the one that somebody's like Stro already cursed Empire.
You know, you have to tweet.
I'll have to reply to my own tweet and be like, "Nice one, dumbass."
I hope we were on point for the sake of my bracket. Oh yeah, for sure.
Quote Crim on myself.
If you win,
But
though,
I'll
you
have to call myself a dumbass before Crim calls me a dumbass.
if you win, you're generating
I'd be like,
a
dude, I
moment, though.
text to be like, yo, dude, I already called myself a dumbass. Just please, you don't need to say anything.
Well, thank you guys. I mean, this is a pretty good episode. I think we covered a lot of stuff. Our predictions, week 1, all that good stuff. Stro, is there anything else you wanted to talk about or cover before we wrap it up?
Let's all get along, all right? Let's all just take a deep breath, talk a little smack when you win, hate a little bit when you lose, and just get along. All right.
Love it. Love the closing statement.
I want to build Call of Duty esports up much bigger, and it's okay to talk a little smack. maybe it is okay to fire some ballistic missiles every now and then too. I can take it. But don't worry, guys. I'll try to be a little nicer and, treat people with a little more respect when we 3-0 them.
All right, John, anything you want to say? Put a bow on it before we end it.
I mean, no. I'm looking forward to this week of matches. Like all the Twitter stuff aside, Jack and Cap and Thorne's crazy ass. All that aside, I just want to see some great matches, and I'm down for some shit talk between the players, especially. And it is what it is, man. That's what makes esports some of the most fun it is. Usually it was in person, but now we're sitting here on social media doing it, so it has a different feel. But I mean, we all love what we do, right? So I feel blessed and can't wait.
Making the best out of it.
I'm older now. I've been doing this for 15 years, right? I keep saying that, but like I have to say it because I still feel like I'm 25, man. Like I really do. I've been doing this my whole life, and so the reason I do act like that, I do talk smack, is because that's all I've known. That's been my career. It's like I still feel like I'm a teammate to my players. In many ways, and so yeah, like the video I put out yesterday, just saying, hey, I'm a team owner. I don't need to wear a suit. It's because I used to be a player and I grew up doing this. So in many ways, I'm kind of stuck in that mode. Of just kind of being part of the community. So
everybody talks shit too, man. It just went crazy yesterday. But I appreciate you coming on, Stro. A lot of people might not have come on. And
I always love coming to talk to you guys, man. I wish I could just do what I used to do sometimes and just cast matches and do analysis and watch as many games as I can. But unfortunately, I have so much going on, I can't do it anymore. But maybe one day, I'll come back and be able to talk more about the games.
But that's what's up, Ben. Any final things you want to say?
I'm rooting for chaos this week. I want to see a crazy upset. I want to see someone make the run from losers want to win the whole tournament. I just want people's
as long as they don't beat FaZe.
Exactly. I was gonna say no, you don't.
I don't care about that part. I just want. I want some this league stuff, man. We have so much momentum right now. This might be a crazy week.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate all you guys coming on. Everybody in the chat, thank you guys. I hope anybody was here to learn more about the situation that happened yesterday. Hopefully you got what you wanted, and we'll see you guys next week, or maybe the week after, since the major is going to be happening all week. And I'll talk to you guys then. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in.